Okay, this is fourth hole, par 3, 345 feet, and the pathway here cuts way back for the basket here. And I've thrown this one before. I tell you, it's not as easy as it looks, because this tree line right here, the basket's back over here. And I know you'd probably throw a Hauser or something like that. Now these guys right here, these wooden ones here, these are one of a kind. There's none like them in the whole world. Because every piece of wood is different, you know. And Bob Farisi made these, and he's a master of it. So these are more like collectibles too, but I mean, he tuned them to fly. We've seen that already. And on a good day, they can probably go a long distance. The wind's not too strong. So I don't take any chances on damaging these. And that's why you'll often see Kylie's made of Lexan. Lexan is like what they use for bulletproof glass. It's a clear glass. And you paint it orange and bright colors, green. Why? Because if it ever goes in the woods like this, then you'll never find it. If it's brown or if it's clear, it's going to be very difficult. So bright colors help you find it if you go into the woods. Okay. So I'm going to use the Lexan, the orange ones, long range, mid range, and the putter. The putter is heavy, and the reason you want the putter, a heavy one, is when you throw into the basket and you hit those chains, it has more momentum and it's less chance of it bouncing off the chains is bad. So that's why you want the heavy one for the putter. So I'm gonna see how far we can throw out here. Then I got those that way. Okay, this is a long range here. This is a Gary Broadbent made this for me a long time ago. So let's see how we do. We got the wind coming behind us, looks like. That was a perfect example, like a Hauser thrown away, that it went out and it cut back like that. There's a creek right there, so we don't want to get into that. Range, medium range, long range, and watch their path and how they, if you throw them level, watch their path and see how straight they go before they turn. All right. Now this is the one we threw that hooked around these trees right here, but the basket's over there. So I'm trying to figure the best approach on this one. Maybe we can turn it this way. Ooh. Ooh. That was an excellent throw, guys. You went right around. You see how you make it turn? Went right around beautifully. And I mean, that was a fairly short distance that it had to make this U-turn. Okay. So like disc golf, you can use any disc you want to, but you know, for the basket, you want a heavy one, and that's why this one's heavy. So just stand behind this one. Okay. Okay. That's a good one because it fell through the bottom. I don't know if you could tell or not. I'll try to blow it up. But it fell through the bottom. So that's a par 3. This one would not have turned, the heavy one. This one would turn a lot easier than the other one. Okay, we're going to throw this one. This is the behemoth here. Now with Kylie golf, you can use any, like in disc golf, you can use any disc you want to. Kylie golf, same way, but generally it's good to have a long range, a mid range, and a putter. And this is really the heavy putter, but the wind does not bother it, so I can throw straight. We'll see how far we can go with this. Oh. Oh. Okay. It went on the other side of that gray bend right there. So that's probably, that's a good 90 yards there, or close to 100 at least. Okay, this is where our putter landed here, which is, we're using it as a regular Kylie here. The basket's right here. There's a creek right here. There's a creek on the other side of it. Oh man. This goes pretty straight, so I'm gonna go straight with it. Let's get there. Okay, here's the heavy boy. Okay, it's not too far away. Okay, she fell through the bottom of the basket, so that makes her good. Well, there's a place to sit. This is hole number 5. I like this one and I don't like it. The reason I don't like it, it's only 256 feet. It's straight. And there's swamp right here and swamp right here. There's a creek here, a creek here. If it goes in there, bounces off a tree, that's some nasty water. So Kylie's can be thrown straight. Some of them are good for throwing straight, and if you don't get them pretty level, they're not going to go straight. They're going to go off to the left or the right, depending on which way you tilt them. But the basket's down here at the end. This is a long range here. It's a pretty range. I colored it up myself. That one hit a limb. Okay, so our long distance here, it's long range, not too hard. Woo! Woo! That went all the way to the basket, but to the right a little bit. Okay, so my other one right here, it's not far from the basket. So this would be for par too. Ooh, that was a good one too, because it went through the bottom of the basket, which makes that a good throw. Again, if it hits here and falls flat, that's good. If it hits here and goes through the hole, it falls through, that's good. And we're not doing that. Okay, this is our heavy putter right here, so it should go straight no matter what. Oh, she's going straight, straight, straight. Oh, she's going straight, straight, straight. Okay. She made about 2/3 of the way there. Again, I can't put 100% in my arm. I did something to the elbow, which is the elbow. You know how that is. This is our putter. Let's see how we do. This will be second throw. Not too terribly bad. Okay. This is where our heavy one is. So we're not far from the basket. This will be third throw for par. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, that was good. That went into the chain just right, and it went through the bottom of the basket. I don't know if you can see, but hopefully we can enlarge that for you. Okay. This one makes a perfect horseshoe. It's only 157, but see all this wood right here? The basket's right through there. So you got to circle around. So this would be a time. So this would be a time for like the Hauser throw with the Kylie. One, two. Well, it hooked. It didn't go quite as high as I wanted it to, but it did hook. So here's our long range down here. We're going to porpoise this one over two. This will be our second throw. Okay, this one, not sure if my GoPro got it or not, but I threw it up over, like porpoise it over, and it landed right here and actually hit the basket. So this would be a par. See, it fell through. So that was good. Man, some nasty water. Okay, let's see if we can get this one to hook a little bit. This is the heavy one. And it hooked a little bit. Looked like, as long as we can see that basket, we have a good chance. So here's our long range down here. We're going to porpoise this one over two. This will be our second throw. Okay, it landed close to the basket here. In the basket, but again, you can, the angle of these flat, they go out straight, and eventually they curve off at the end of their flight, and the flights are all different depending on what kind of Kylie and length and all that. And you can hook them to the right, you can hook them to the left, you can porpoise them like I did there, and I was throwing like that to get over those trees because it's right there. Another thing with these, you can make them roll too, like a disc in a way. See how it rolls? Now it hit something there, but normally, here's another one. Won't roll quite like a disc, but it will roll a little bit for you. And if you turn it sideways, you can make it turn the other way when it hits, you know. What I want to show you, this right here, I put weights on these Kylies to give them weight sometime if they're going too high. And these right here are pretty much quarters. You see how thin they are? And What I do is I take quarters sometime I have done it enough in the past, I got plenty of them. Put quarters on the railroad track. When the train comes by, it runs over them and it flattens them out, really flat. And nickels, this is a nickel right here, I believe. See how thin that is? And so when I put them on there, this is a nickel and a quarter on this one. See how funny that looks. But I can tape them on with duct tape. And it doesn't affect the aerodynamics very much at all. So that's what I do, put weights on them. And that helps a lot if it's going up too high. Now you can carve on it a little bit and change the aerodynamics to make it go lower, or maybe even torque it a little bit. But that's the way you do it.